social media advertising has taken over the restaurant industry. 45% of diners said they've tried a restaurant for the first time because of a social media post made by that restaurant. The beauty of social media is that it gives you a way to connect with more of your target audience than ever before, especially since 89% of diners have at least one social media account. So, what social media networks does your restaurant need to have a presence on? Ultimately, it's up to you actually. Decide where you want your digital content to live, but I would recommend Facebook and Instagram as must-haves. This is because Facebook is still the #1 social media platform, and 49% of people search Facebook to find restaurants. Instagram has seen massive growth in popularity for the restaurant industry and is now the #1 social media app for engagement with restaurant brands. In today's video, I'm going to share you 7 tips that can be used on both of those platforms, as well as any others that you may like to join. These tips are going to help you increase your engagement and bring in new customers. So let's dive right in. First tip is post timing. When you go to post content on your social media networks, are you paying attention to the timing? Did you plan out in advance that you're going to post at a specific time? Or did you just remember that you need to post for the day, logged in, and did it randomly? Timing has a great effect on the success and engagement of your posts. And no shame if you're a sporadic poster, we've all been there. But there are known times with higher engagement on platforms, such as Instagram, that you can see by this chart. However, restaurants have to consider more than just popular posting times. For example, if you run a diner that specializes in breakfast foods, you won't want to post pictures of your pancakes, eggs, and bacon platter at 6 p.m. on a Friday when people are deciding what they should have for dinner. As a restaurant, it is your goal to find a happy medium of well-known popular times to post and still target your breakfast, lunch, and dinner crowd appropriately. Speaking of sporadically posting, if you're DIYing your marketing efforts, you need to hear about our new coaching program. Hello! We just helped a small business make over $1.5 million through Facebook advertising. After managing millions of dollars of ad spend for thousands of small businesses and creating thousands of social posts to help businesses connect with their customers, we know how to get results. And we want to help small businesses get results too. So we've decided to give away our knowledge, learning experiences, resources, tools, and feedback to help you achieve results for your digital marketing efforts. If you want to learn the blueprint for success, the best practices from some of the fastest growing companies in the world, get access to all the tools that you'll need, and get live expert guidance from yours truly, stop what you're doing and sign up for our coaching program today. Here's tip number 2. Use video. Video has become one of the most effective ways to share content in 2022, with 6 out of 10 people saying they would rather watch online videos than television. When it comes to social media posts that include video have 48% more views than still photos. So how can your restaurant leverage this method of sharing content? Well, much like any other content that you share, you want it to be valuable and informative for your current and potential customers. Videos on new specials, cooking tutorials, and Q&As with your chef are a great place to start. Most people assume that in order to take advantage of video, you need to hire a film crew, basically be the Kardashians. But this couldn't be further from the truth. In fact, social networks are now providing even more ways to share videos from a mobile device. One method that you can use is live video. Live video is actually more effective than a regular video, with the average person spending 3 times longer watching a live video than one that is not live. If you want more ideas on what your restaurant can do to make videos, stay tuned, because my next 2 content tips I'm going to give you are also great options for video. Tip number 3, behind the scenes content. Showing what goes on behind the scenes at your restaurant is a great way of engaging with your audience, which is why this is my 3rd tip for social media. Restaurant goers love to see how their food is being made, and there are many popular YouTube videos to show how to make certain restaurants' menu items to back up this claim. Some ideas for behind the scenes content include photos of meeting with local farms and vendors, posting staff traditions like a song you always play to end the night, or even a picture of all the ingredients together that make up your most popular dish. Maybe basic cooking tips from your chef. As we just discussed, video is an extremely effective means of sharing this type of content. So you may be wondering how you can use video to show behind the scenes features in your restaurant. Well, the best way is to leverage the work that your chefs are already doing, which is cooking. All you have to do now is get one of those new iPhones and film it. Use the cinematic setting. A big tip for this, though, is to make sure that your kitchen, of course, is very clean, and the area that you're going to be filming in the background is nice and orderly. Remember that the point of these behind-the-scenes videos is to get people interested in your restaurant and the food that you serve, not to scare them away with a chaotic kitchen. There's no British chef to yell at anybody. You can choose to show the entire process of making a meal, or you could only highlight the chef's talent in small segments, like dicing onions, filleting a fish, or whatever else it is that your talented chef specializes in. Tip number 4 is doing an employee spotlight. The best way to show current and potential customers that you care about your staff and recognize their strengths is by showing them off on your social media accounts, which is why employee spotlights is my next tip for social media. Showcasing the people that are behind the success of your business is a great way to humanize the experience for customers. Sharing posts about your staff is also a great way to boost engagement, because these posts are likely to be shared by your staff, improving that post's reach. Highlighting your staff also provides staff members with well-deserved recognition for their talents, expertise, and personality. If you have a small team that makes up your restaurant staff, you may be asking, how can we still post content highlighting our staff after we've featured them once? You can actually continue to highlight staff members by showcasing their outside of work accomplishments, such as engagements, new babies, graduations, and more. Of course, if that employee is okay with it. Tip number 5 is to share user-generated content. Using user-generated content is my next tip for social media, because sharing this type of content is a great way to boost engagement and acquire new customers through your accounts. So what is user-generated content? Well, it's exactly like it sounds. User-generated content, or UGC for short, because marketers love their abbreviations, is any content including text, videos, and images that are created by people rather than brands, the users of the app. But what can user-generated content do for your restaurant? For starters, user-generated content promotes authenticity. Consumers are 2.4 times more likely to view user-generated content as authentic when compared to content that's created by the brand. UGC comes from real people that have visited your restaurant, and potential customers will want some form of social proof before deciding whether or not they're going to dine at your establishment. UGC also creates trust with your consumer. In fact, a recent study shows that 30% of millennials will not go to a restaurant if that restaurant's Instagram presence is weak. The last big thing that UGC helps with is driving purchasing decisions. A study shows that nearly 80% of people say that UGC has a high-level impact on their purchasing decisions. Arguably, the best part of UGC is that your customers are doing 95% of the work for you. Since they're taking the photos and already talking about your restaurant online, all you have to do is find the right content, and you'll have a backlog of posts ready to share at your leisure. If you want to find images that users have been posting about your restaurant, you can start by simply looking up the location of your restaurant on Instagram to see if anybody has tagged themselves there and featured your menu items. If you promote any branded hashtags for your restaurant, you can also search those to see who shared there recently. If you don't have any luck finding content, there is a clever way to encourage your customers to post some, and that method is by running a social media contest. Ask users to post photos from your restaurant and to use a specific hashtag, as well as tag your restaurant's page in the photo. This will not only provide you with many options for user-generated content, but will also raise brand awareness and recognition. The best tip for restaurants that share UGC is to make sure that content that you are sharing fits your brand and its voice. Tip number 6 is social media contests. 79% of people only like a Facebook restaurant page for incentives and discounts. And can you blame them? I don't know anyone that doesn't love free stuff. Social media contests are a perfect method for providing those incentives. Contests are a great way of building rapport and engagement with your social media following as well. No matter what type of contest you run on social media, you want to make sure that there are some requirements to follow your restaurant's page and to use a specific hashtag. This will help you get engagement and brand awareness as you're running this contest, so it's beneficial for you. The best part about these contests is that the prize at the end is entirely up to you. Maybe you'll offer smaller prizes like discounts or free meals for a week. Or you might decide to run contests with much larger prizes, like hosting a Super Bowl party at your restaurant or a pizza party for a classroom. Whatever your choice is, your restaurant will benefit from running social media contests. Comment down below if you've ever run a social media contest or if you've ever taken part in one and won a prize. I've won a couple myself. Tip number 7 is to run social media ads. This final tip will be the first non-organic method of building engagement and bringing new customers to your restaurant, and that is to run paid social media advertisements. Social media is known as a pay-to-play platform now in order to keep up with your competition. It doesn't mean that you have to break the bank with your advertising budget, though. The biggest social media platform also happens to be the most popular to advertise on, and that would be Facebook. 93% of social media advertisers use Facebook ads. But what makes Facebook so great for restaurants? Well, Facebook's advertising platform gives you the ability to create a highly targeted audience to help ensure that you are reaching people in your restaurant's local area. Geo-targeted ads save restaurants time and money because they know they're only reaching true potential customers that have the ability to visit the restaurant. Facebook also allows you to target consumers based on their age, likes, interests, and similar pages that they follow. One of the most effective features of Facebook ads is the ability to retarget your consumers too. Retargeting ads are ads that are designed to appear to users that have visited your website or engaged with your social media in some way. For restaurants, this means a user could have visited your website or looked at your menu and then left your site without making a purchase. Studies show that only 2% of web traffic converts on the first visit. So you definitely want to use those retargeting ads to remind the other 98% of visitors about the great food that you serve and how great your atmosphere is. You can learn more about running paid ads by checking out our other videos and playlists. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss our other marketing videos. And if you'd like more marketing guidance from me, please join the coaching program. I'd love to see you and help you there. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I'll see you next time. Happy marketing!